Okay, so let us start this session, everyone. I hope you guys are able to see my screen as well. This is our very first demo session on the data engineering with the Google Cloud platform. And we are going to talk about most of the things today as a part of, let me going to give you an agenda for today's session maybe. For example, I'm going to tell you guys what is data engineering, a high level idea. Like I wanted to give you what is data engineering and what is a role of a data engineer in the company. And in next, I would like to tell you about what is Google Cloud Platform. Right. So this is what is very much important and very trending nowadays, even compared to the Azure and AWS also. Plenty of opportunities for the GCP data engineer. What is this Google Cloud Platform? And what are the benefits of using the GCP over the other cloud platforms also we will see. And after that, very important thing, most of the people are very much interested in, sir, what is the course curriculum? What are the course topics that we are covering? And what are the detailed data engineering tools that we are covering in the session we are going to see? Right? What are the cloud basics and what are the data engineering tools that we are going to cover? And the next thing, sir, what are the course details? That what is the timing, sir? Are we providing any recordings? Are the notes are provided to us or not? Or such a kind of a details related to the projects, case studies. So just consider this as like a movie. A movie is all about 2 hours, right? For us, it is more of a 1.5 hour session, guys, where I'm going to talk about most of the things. I hope I'll be here and clear all your doubts by the end of this session, and then only we will leave the session, right? So whatever the questions you have, please be patient during the session, and whenever you have any question, please raise your hand so that I can come to you and ask your, right? So that is what, and this is what is the data engineering agenda for today's session. What is data engineering? Google Cloud Platform we are going to see. Data engineering, Google Cloud Platform, detailed course curriculum and course details. Some people might be having some of the questions like, sir, how to get the job from the course? How would I get a job? Or some people may be happening, sir, I am working in some other area. Right, sir, I am working in some other field such as testing field or a mainframes or a mechanical or a production or wherever you are. Sir, what about my current experience? Does it suit me? This role is suits me or not? Right. I don't know cloud at all. Some people might be having, sir, I never heard of the Google Cloud platform at all so far, but is it easy for me to learn? And sir, will I be able to do it or not? Even if I get a job, right? Sir, luckily I have learned the course and I have got a very good knowledge on the course. I have cracked the interview? After the job, can I be able to work on it or not? Right? So if you wanted to see, so that these are the things. So will I be able to learn the course or not? Will I be able to do the job or not? So such kind of questions also we will see. And next, so does it make sense for my profile to do it? So all of these questions are a different variety of the questions people may be having it, right? So I'm going to answer all of these things by the end of the session. Please be patient. I only ask one thing is that please be patient during the session. No hurry burry. Let us aram se sit here for the next 1.5 to 2 hours. I'll try to answer all the questions. I know that the GCP is providing you a plenty of opportunities. So now I see almost here 16 plus 8 plus 24 plus 15, almost 50 plus members are around 60 members are there here, guys. 55 members are here. So I would like to give you an overall idea of what is Google Cloud Platform and everything. Then I come to the question section and I'll try to clarify your questions. Okay, so that is what we are going to do it. Okay, so before we jump on to the very first topic of what is data engineering, I would like to give you a small brief about me, guys. That my name is Shaik Saidhul and I'm a solution architect at Contact. I'm a contractor at Databricks as well. Right? I work in two positions. I'm a full-time at solution architect at Contact, and I'm also working as a consultant at Databricks. And I've completed my master's degree from National Institute of Technology, Tiruchirappalli. I do have more than 8 years of experience into the data and AI field. I have done my many certifications in the GCP. Actually, it is now 3, and 2 certifications in the Azure, Databricks, Python, Terraform, AWS, 1 certification, PDE. So this many, and I do have total 2.5 years of teaching experience. I have trained many people in the GCP so far. In the GCP, I almost done 65 plus batches. 65 plus batches we have run from the last 1.5 years. Over 1100 plus we have taught so far, and plenty of the people got the job and they're working comfortable in the companies. So this is what is all about me, guys. Okay, so now let us see. Just remember me as a Shaik Saidhul. You will be in our sessions. Well, we will try to just see, right? So let us try to understand what is data engineering. This is our very first topic. So now I would like to ask you one question. Tell me, what is data? What is data? Tell me, guys, what is data? Anyone? Correct. One says collection of information. Yes. Any other answers?
Collection of information.
Correct. Correct. So, yes, this is what is data. Yes, a collection of information. For example, every day in the morning, I wanted to order a breakfast. You go to the Swiggy, right? So, you wanted to order something. You go to the Swiggy or Zomato, you order some food. The moment you try to do a transaction over the application, that's where the data is getting generated. Similarly, you wanted to travel from one location to another location. You use a Uber or Ola. Uber or Ola, you use it and you do some kind of a activity over the application. That's where again the data is getting generated. You have your company's website and you wanted to do some kind of activity, maybe providing your details, doing some kind of an activity for filling some kind of a forms. Again, you are generating some kind of a data. So that means there's a data that is coming. If someone is interacting with an application, that's where the data is coming, guys. So you have a data that is coming from application. How the data is generated? Someone is interacting with an application. You go to Flipkart or Amazon or anything e-commerce platforms, you do some kind of a transaction. That's where the data is getting generated, right? So similarly, if you go to some medical firms or you go to some production firms, they what they do is that the data is actually stored over the data is actually stored over the CSV files or Excel files. That means you have a data that is coming from some kind of a CSV file or Excel file or a Parquet file or a JSON file. So you have the data that is coming from the application. You have the data that is coming from the file formats. And there's a data that is coming from some database, someone storing the data in the database also. You have a data that is coming from some database. Or you have a data that is coming from some sensor devices. You might be seeing a sensors in your car and your nowadays in the home also, right? You have a data that is coming from some kind of a sensor devices as well, right? So you have a plenty of the data that is coming from multiple data sources. Sir, I have a data that is coming from some application. I have a data that is coming from file format. I have a data that is coming from databases. I have a data that is coming from the IoT or sensor devices. Sir, I have a plenty of the data with me. Sir, what is it? Tell me, guys, what is the importance of this data? Anyone guess it? What is the advantage or why we have to store this data? Shall we delete it? It's a
To
very
take
huge amount of data.
to
Tell me.
take business decisions.
Correct. Okay. Someone says we can do the analysis, sir. Yes. Any other answers?
Prediction,
Future to get a
recommendations.
future trend
Oh,
with the
correct.
help of current data.
Correct. Some people say, sir, I create a machine learning model or I create some predictive model. So I do some kind of a perfect answers, I would say. Right. So nowadays you might have been already seeing big billion days. How it come into the picture? Amazon live sales, how it come into the picture? All is this because of the data analysis only. So what they say, what the business says is that, for example, take a Flipkart only. Sir, Flipkart has a data that is coming from applications. Flipkart is having files, databases, and IO. So Flipkart has a plenty of the data, and Flipkart wanted to improve their sales. If the Flipkart wanted to improve their sales, what the business manager says is that you try to understand this data, or in a simple words, you try to analyze this data. What they say, you try to analyze this data. Understand is nothing but an analysis. You try to analyze this data. When you do some kind of analysis, this gives you some kind of insights. This gives you some kind of information or a insight. Those insights are very much important for the business improvement purpose. So this is very important for the Flipkart to improve their business. So the main agenda for any business is that they wanted to improve. Day by day they wanted to improve. So if they wanted to improve, nowadays one of the biggest hot topic is data only. From the last 5 years, the now everywhere you see the data is hot topic. That is because you have a data continuously getting generated, and they wanted to analyze the data. If I have a large amount of a data, I can analyze it. For example, sir, I am the Flipkart CEO. If you think that, so if Flipkart CEO wanted to analyze their data, what they wanted to do it, the very first thing is that they have to do analysis on top of their data. When they do some kind of analysis, they get some kind of insights. Those insights are very useful for the business improvement. Tell me, guys, sir, now there's a data, we have to do the analysis, we have to do the insights. Who has to do it then? Now who can do it? That's where the data engineers. So data engineers are the ones who are going to work on this area. So that is the reason data engineering jobs are the highly paid jobs in India. No one knows about it. People say ML, or people say DevOps, people say that, or people say this one, full stack. But I'm telling you guys, data engineering is one of the data engineer roles. The next role is solution architect. In the data engineering role, one of the highly paid jobs in India. Okay. So now look at here, guys. Sir, is it that simple? If you ask me, sir, is this simple? We have the data. Can we analyze it? Can we get the insights? No. I am giving you an idea to do that. But if you ask me, sir, what is the very first step in the data engineering? Sir, you have a data. So the very first step is you have the data that is coming from multiple data sources. The very first step is store the data. So if your agenda is to improve the business, so if you wanted to improve the business, you need to get insights. If you wanted to get insights, you need to analyze the data. So if you wanted to analyze the data, first you need to have the data in a one single location. So you may be having your application running in some server. You may be having your files in some other server. Your database is running in some location. So your IoT devices data is coming from some other service. So you may have your data coming from different servers, or different platforms, or different services. So what is the very first step is that, sir, extract the data and put the data into a one single location, nowadays called as data lake. A data lake is a single repository where you store your entire raw data, and it is comes up with a scalability and secure feature also. So the very first step is that you extract the data and store it in a one single location called a data lake. Sir, I have the data now in the data lake. Tell me, guys, can I directly go for the analysis? So we will see it, guys. So any questions, please raise your hand. I'll try to give you time. You can ask me the questions. Okay. Yeah, please. So let us go with the flow. Okay. So now look at here, guys. I have the data that is coming from the multiple applications, and I wanted to store the data. Now I'm storing the data in a data lake. Tell me, guys, can we directly go for the analysis now?
No, we have to go into a
Correct.
data warehouse also somewhere in the
Correct. Correct.
GCP
Very
BigQuery.
correct. Sir, most of the people are able to give me the answer correct. So the answer is that you can't directly go for the analysis. because this is raw data. This data may have some kind of a problems. It may have some kind of a duplicates. It may have some kind of a null values. It may some kind of a unnecessary data, unnecessary columns, some kind of a symbols which we don't need it. So you may have a plenty of the problems because this is raw data. I can't directly use it for the analysis. So because it may have some kind of a duplicates and null value. So that's the reason what we say is that before we analyze the data, we process this data. Before we analyze the data, so once you get the data source and you store it, and then you process it here, guys. You process it. What is mean by data processing? Data processing is nothing but a value addition process. Nothing but you are enriching your data, or you are refining your data, or you are preparing your data for the analysis purpose. Okay, so your raw data have a plenty of the problems. You are trying to remove those problems so that this data is ready for the analysis purpose. Now your data is ready. So for data processing, there are plenty of the tools. We are not interested to know about the tools. I will tell you. Okay, don't worry. So there is a data lake. There are the plenty of tools for the data lake also, right? So the process is we are trying to understand the data engineering process, not about the tools. Tools we can work on, right? That one tool come today and tomorrow there could be one more tool, but let us try to understand the basics. Now you have a data source, you store the data, you process the data. Now this data is ready for the analysis purpose. So that's where most of the companies actually analyze their data in the data warehouses. You can analyze this data in the data warehouses. Once you have analyzed the data, this data or these reports can be utilized for the BI. This data can be utilized for the ML, or this data can be utilized for the data scientist, or this data or reports can be utilized for the business groups. BI, business intelligence, where they can create reports and dashboards such as Power BI, Tableau, or Look, or something like that. There is a machine learning engineer who creates a model with help of this data, or there is a data scientist who uses this data to find the future trends. There is a business group who actually use this data to take a proper decision, right? So this is how you get the data from the multiple data sources. You store it, process it, and analyze it, and send it to the downstream. This is called as a downstream. Sir, is this the one? No. The final step is that you have to make sure that your data is accurate and complete throughout the system. So you have a one more step that is called as a data governance and monitoring. Data governance and monitoring. So a data governance and monitoring is to make sure your data is accurate and complete throughout the system and throughout the process. So that is what we call it as a data governance and monitoring. So this is what is data engineering, everyone. A high level, sir, what is data engineering? If you ask me, there are multiple data sources and there are multiple data destinations. Multiple source teams are there, multiple destination teams are there. They wanted to, so what the data engineer do? They extract the data from here and they load the data. During that, they store it, process it, analyze it, transform it, data governance also, and create a data pipelines and everything. So this is what is data engineering. In a definition point of view, if you wanted to see, so data engineering is a process of collecting, organizing, and preparing large amounts of the data so that it can be used and analyzed. It can be easily used and analyzed. So this is what is data engineering. In this process, you may have to create some kind of a architecture or a systems or many things that we will see in our upcoming sessions. So this is what is data engineering. And sir, what is the role of a data engineer? So a role of a data engineer is data ingestion, data. So the same thing which we have seen: storage and management, processing, data quality, governance, pipelines, and performance and monitoring. So these are the main things that we are going to see. So you need to understand how to ingest the data from the multiple data sources. You need to focus on how to store the data in a best way so that it can be access controlled. and how to do the data processing properly with the help of different frameworks such as Spark, Apache Beam, and different tools like Dataproc, Databricks, and many things. And you need to make sure that the data is quality. And data pipelines, we are lazy, we don't want it to do the things manually, we wanted to create a data pipelines which will be running in a scheduled fashion. Performance optimization, which is one of the important topic, and monitoring and maintenance. So as a role of a data engineer, we work on these many areas also. So this is what is data engineering, guys. Now please raise your hand if anyone have any questions on the data engineering, specifically about the course content. I will tell you in next 15 minutes. Okay, course content I will tell you guys in next 15 minutes. But tell me, because we are going to learn data engineering, if you do not know what is data engineering, that's where the problem is, right? So I would like to give you a high level idea on what is data engineering, right? So please raise your hand if anyone have any questions, please. If anyone have any questions on the data engineering, right, please raise your hand. Let's not disturb others. Please raise your hand, I can give you time to ask the question. Please raise your hand if anyone. Yes, Nabaran. Is it Ganguly? Yes, Ganguly. Yes, tell me. Correct. Correct. Not, that is not monitoring. That is dashboarding and reports. Right? Monitoring means, sir, your pipeline is running, and some of the metrics you have logged it. And if it is failed, you need to properly monitor it, so that if the logging is properly done, is the metrics are properly coming, is it failed? If it is failed, that's where the downstream is getting affected. So that's the reason we always put an extra eye on the monitor on our data pipeline, so that it is running in a proper order. If it is failed, we fix it as soon as possible. That is what is meant by monitoring. Maintenance means we try to upgrade the versions and all of those things. So that's what we call, comes under the maintenance, backups, and everything. Yes. Yes. Yes, please. I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you. So I have an entire things designed for today. Sir, I am going to give you everything. Yes, please. I'll tell you. Yeah. Yes, Raju. Raju, please. Uh-huh. I will tell you. I will tell you, please. Okay, I will tell you what is where do we process the data, where we transform the data, what are the tools. Don't worry about it, guys. Think about the data engineering definition. In that one, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay. Yes. And one more person here is Sheshadri. You have any questions, Sheshadri, please? Yes. Performance optimization is something you have written a code that is may not be the optimized code, right? That is may not be taking a proper time. So maybe it's taking that it is taking a more time, right? You have to optimize in such a way that it should be taking a less time. It should be running in an optimized fashion, whether it is a code or a pipeline or anything. It should be running in an optimized time or a proper time. So that is what we call it as a performance optimization. Okay. Yes. And yes, Chandan, you have any question, Chandan? You have any question, Chandan? Chandan and Sri Harsha. Yes, please. Yes, please. There is a project related to healthcare. There's a project related to finance. Yes, there are. Yes, not about the risk, but I'll show you. Okay, don't worry about the metrics. That's business. But as a data engineer, we should be able to work on in any area. Yeah. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So we will talk about that. Okay. I mean, when it comes to the data engineering, tool or uh, what we call it as a business should not be a constraint. We should be able to work on any area. That's the main aim of this course. Actually, I'll talk about that. Yes. Yes, Sri Harsha, you have any question? No, actually, guys, I would like to tell you this question. There isn't anything like machine learning or anything. Actually, this is data engineering, right? If you ask me data engineering, earlier everything was done by the data engineer only. When I said data engineering, we used to do the data storage. People used to do the data processing. People used to do the data analysis. People used to create the dashboards, BI. People create the machine learning models. Data engineers are the ones working on the data scientists. Okay, all of these things. And now, this is what is. See, when I was working, when I started my career, I have seen my seniors who is working on. Even when I was working in my area as a data engineer, I used to do the data analysis. See, I used to data storage, processing, analysis, and BI also. Okay, so we have worked on machine learning models also. That's how the trend was earlier. But what happened here is that, so data analysis are not this one. So this one, BI, there is a separate engineer is there, right? Because there's a lot of work. So that's the reason BI engineer, BI developer, or machine learning developer, or machine learning engineer, a data science. So the roles are created from the data engineering only. There isn't anything like a BI, ML. These are not separate studies. These are actually comes under data engineering only. Okay, but as there is a new work and they just wanted to create a new role out of it, that's where the BI developer, ML engineer, data scientist, right? But other than that, so when you actually look at it, data processing, data storage, data analysis, BI, all of these things actually comes under the data engineering. So but now majority of this work is done by data engineer, so there are separate roles for these things. So that's the reason we are focusing on the data science, data storage, processing, and analysis. Data processing and data analysis and data storage and data pipeline creations, all of these things comes under the data engineering now. So that's how it was divided. Okay. Yep. Data processing is for the data engineers. Yes. Okay. So without any further ado, I would like to talk about the Google Cloud Platform. I hope you guys got some idea on the data engineering. So let me gonna talk about Google Cloud Platform. Sir, before talking about the Google Cloud Platform, tell me guys, how many other cloud platforms you might have already know? Correct.
AWS.
Some people know about AWS. So there is AWS and Azure. And some people know already about Alibaba or IBM.
Oracle,
Yes. Oracle. Correct. This is a Oracle. So these are all, what these are all, sir? Tell me guys, what are these?
cloud vendor,
These are the cloud providers actually, right? So these are the leading cloud providers. If you look at actual leading cloud providers are AWS, GCP, and Azure, and you IBM and Oracle has a very small market, but these are all cloud providers. Tell me guys, what the cloud providers provides us?
Virtual infrastructure.
They provide us, in a simple words, can I say they provide you the cloud computing services? Correct. So they are going to provide you the cloud computing services in a pay as you go model. Yes or no? So that means whatever the resources that you are going to use, you are going to pay. Sir, why the cloud computing services are required for us? Tell me. Sir, you have a GCP, you have a AWS, Azure, IBM, and Oracle. So these are the different leading cloud providers in the market. Sir, what the cloud providers provides us, if you ask me, they are going to provide you the cloud computing services in a pay-as-you-go model. Sir, what is the advantage of these services? Sir, these services are very useful for the organizations. Right? In every organization, for example, you take one of the organization like Flipkart. Right? In a Flipkart, they have a plenty of the teams, right? They have a plenty of the projects. Maybe, for example, project 1, project 2, project 3, project 4. Plenty of the projects are there. One project is regarding to the data engineering. So they wanted to store the data, process the data. So that means if one wanted to store the data, process the data, analyze the data, visualize the data, right? So if you wanted to do all of these things, Similarly, in a next project, they wanted to create a ML model. Sir, I wanted to create a ML model building. ML model building. Sir, I wanted to do register the model. I wanted to deploy the model, right? So this is, or I wanted to scale the model. So this is one more project. Or there can be one more project where application team. So application building, deploying, scaling. So all of these things. Similarly, there is a networking project. In a networking project, they might be creating different networking components such as subnets, right? So such kind of load balancers are subnets or service accounts are many things, right? So every project you take actually, so they may want it to store the data or process the data or analyze the data. Or if it is a machine learning model, they wanted to create a ML model or register the model, deploy it, scale it if it is application team. So what are these services are doing is that, so leading cloud providers, you have a GCP, AWS and Azure. These are the leading cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations to fulfill their project requirement. To fulfill their project requirement. What is meant by fulfilling their project requirement? A project requirement to be storing the data. Some projects requirement is to analyze the data. Some projects requirement is to visualize the data. Some project requirement is to create a machine learning model and deploy it. Some project is to application building. So whatever the requirement they wanted to, so they can make use of these cloud computing for fulfilling their project requirement purpose. Project fulfilling their project requirement. So if you have a requirement, you can able to fulfill that. So this is what is the main advantage of these cloud computing services. So you have a GCP, you have a AWS, you have a Azure, IBM and Oracle. They are the leading cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services for the organizations so that they can able to build the model, deploy the model and scale the models in the services in the cloud platform. So that is what, and one of the cloud platform is what, sir, if you ask me, one of such cloud platform is a Google cloud platform, which we are going to focus on. One of such cloud platform is a Google cloud platform. So which is a Google cloud platform is one of the leading cloud provider, which provides you the cloud computing services in a pay as you go model for the organization so that they can get benefit and fulfill their project requirements. Right? So, sir, what is the advantage? Sir, I can store my own data in my laptops or in my servers. Sir, what is the advantage of this cloud? If you ask me, tell me, guys. If I give you in a simple question, I will tell you what is the difference between the cloud and traditional model. Give me an answer to this one. Sir, I am giving you some 100 GB of the data or 100 terabytes of the data, maybe 100 terabytes of the data I'm giving you. I want you guys to store it. Tell me, where do you store it? Tell me, guys, where do you store it? 100 terabytes of the data I'm giving you guys. Where do you store it? If you do not have a cloud platform, for example, you do not have a cloud platform, how do you store it? Where is the data center, man? Are you owning the data center? Hard disk. Okay. Are you so correct? Anything, right? So the very first thing I'll tell you. Yeah, first thing is on-prem. The on-prem is that, sir, I do not have anything. I have to start from my scratch. That means I have to purchase the machines. Yes or no? So I need to purchase the machines. Once purchasing the machines, for all the machines, you have to install the operating system according to your requirement. The third thing is that you need to configure the backups or configure the storage first and assign the backups, or sorry, actual the backups, maybe take care of the backup and assign the or configuring the networks to make sure that these systems are over the these storage is over the network or these systems are available over the network, and you take care of the maintenance or managing some kind of a maintenance such as versioning, upgrading, backups and everything. You have to do it on a periodical basis. So many more things are also there, but to give you an idea, so you need to first take care of these things. So if I wanted to store the data, don't worry about first storing the data. First Purchase the machines. Then install the operating system on the machines. Then configure the storage, backup, networking, and maintenance. Once everything is ready, tell me guys, what do we do? Once everything is ready as per the standard, that's where we go and store the data. Right? So that's where we go and store the data. Now tell me guys, how much time this could take? Can you guys guess it? How much time this could take? Right? So it could take days, weeks. Actually, it should not take days. It will be weeks for sure. Few weeks to few months only it will take, right? So that's how. So if you wanted to store some 100 terabytes of the data, this is taking actually months for you. It is taking few months for you to do that. That's where Google Cloud Platform or any other cloud platform, what they are saying is that, so you don't have to focus on this infrastructure. Right? You don't have to focus on the infrastructure. This is what we call as the infrastructure. So if once the entire thing is ready as per the standard, you can store the data. But what the cloud platform is that, for example, one of the service you can find it for your requirement is to store the data. So go to the any cloud platform, find a one of the service and store it there. Hardly it takes, maybe if I take hardly, it is hardly take a 1 day activity. So this is a reason. See what is cloud platform is doing? It is providing you a service. It is providing you a cloud computing service for you to store the data. It is providing you a one of the service, cloud computing. This is what is a cloud computing service. Cloud computing service. One of the services is GCS, Google Cloud Storage, where you can just go there and create a bucket and store the data. Hardly take 1 day for you to store it, where you are spending a lot of time here. This is what we call as a traditional method. And this is what we call it as a cloud computing model. So now you understand why the cloud is required and what is the difference between the traditional and cloud. Okay, now look at here. So you have a different cloud providers are there. That is GCP, AWS, Azure, and IBM and Oracle. These are the leading cloud providers. They provide you the cloud computing services. These services are very useful because if the cloud providers are not providing you these services, you have to work in this culture. You have to work in this culture, which takes even weeks and months and years also for you to fulfill your project requirement. So that's the reason. So cloud providers providing you these services in a pay-as-you-go model so that you can fulfill your project requirement in a few days itself. Similarly, not only for storage, processing, analyzing, visualizing. So this is what is Google Cloud Platform, everyone. Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider which provides you the cloud computing services. And these services are very useful for the organizations to build, deploy, and scale the applications and services in the cloud. These services are very useful for the organizations to build the application, deploy the application, are a very simple words, that is fulfill their project requirements. It is a suite of cloud computing services offered by the Google, offering you different services. So tell me, sir, every time you are saying services, cloud computing services, sir, can you name few of the services? I have given you here GCP service portfolio. Here you can see there are compute services, there are identity services, management tools, big data services, storage and database services, networking services, machine learning. Any team, any project you wanted to work on, these services are going to be useful. And as a data engineer, we are going to focus on the big data as well as storage and database services. As a data engineer, we need to know. If a machine learning engineer, they have to focus on here. If a networking engineer, they have to focus on here. If it is application developer, they have to focus on here. If it is a management people, they have to focus on here. So this is how a different teams they can able to work on this different services. Right? So this is what is Google Cloud Platform, guys. Right? So Google Cloud Platform is one of the leading cloud provider. They provide you the services, and these services are having a very good, available. Google Cloud Platform has a very good community support, And we've been using the Google search engine, or maps, or different services. It has a very good community support, and these services are cost effective compared to the Azure and AWS. It is cost effective. So if something is cost effective, that's the reason most of the organizations are using the GCP over the AWS and Azure also. When it comes to the data engineering, GCP is actually very famous, guys, because it is providing you the cost effective services. These services are flexible, scalable. Scaling up and down is possible according to the requirement, and these services are reliable also. Right? So these services are reliable also and secure. I'm providing you managed services, fully managed services, and serverless services. We will see in our upcoming sessions. The interface is simple and fast. Right? So this is what it is. So if one asking me, sir, why to learn the GCP, it is because of its very good community support. Providing the cost-effective services, flexible, and the services are scalable, reliable, secure, fully managed, and fast. So this is how we need to learn the GCP. And if you look at here, the market growth rate, if you ask me, compared to the AWS and Azure, GCP's market is like increasing. The growth rate is more compared to the AWS and Azure. That means the opportunities, that means the companies are utilizing the GCP even more than the AWS and Azure. That's where you have a plenty of opportunities. Most of the people does not know about it. So that's the reason they usually go for AWS and Azure. They attend the AWS and Azure. This is what happens actually. I'm telling you guys. This is what happens in the companies. So assume that AWS is there, Azure is there, and GCP is there. What usually happens is that, sir, if one wanted to enter into the cloud, right? They think about the cloud, AWS and Azure having a good market, right? They go and attend the course here. Some, for example, 3 persons are there. One is attending the course here. Second one is attending the course here. Third one is attending the course here. The advantage is that this guy, when he goes for the interview, tell me, guys, whom he is competing with. If he goes for the interview, for example, all these 3 people are going for an interview. Can you tell me who will get the job first? Because AWS is having a very good market. People like you might have already learned the AWS and already settled in the AWS data engineering and Azure data engineering. That means you have a very good competition in the interview. When you go for AWS data engineering, very good competition here. Here also you have a very good competition here. But when you go for GCP, most of the people does not know about the GCP first thing, and most of the companies started using the GCP. You have a very good opportunities here. You have a lot of opportunities. I would say manpower is very less. Manpower, the people who already having a Google cloud knowledge are very less people are there. Getting the job in the GCP data engineering is comparatively easy compared to the AWS and Azure, right? So this is what happens, right? So this is how you have a very good growth rate compared to the AWS and Azure. GCP is having a very good growth rate. And so that's all about the GCP, guys. So you have a GCP, AWS, and Azure. So these are the leading cloud providers which provide you the cloud computing services. That's a simple definition I would like to tell you. Now tell me, or if anyone have any questions, please raise your hand, guys. If anyone have any questions on this thing, please raise your hand if anyone have any question. Yes, Mohit. Yes, Mohit. Yeah, correct. So I just go to the Google. See, I just go to the Google and I just find it out. See, monitoring tools are like Airflow. Mainly, we will use it scheduling and monitoring and maintenance. We do it in the Airflow. That's what we are going to. I'll talk about the course curriculum. Okay. I'll talk about the course curriculum. You will be able to see what kind of a tool for which purpose we are going to cover in that. So you are going to get a very good idea there. Okay. Yeah. See, there is no such thing as like this much is knowledge is enough, right? So do we have some kind of a metrics or I should learn from until here? There isn't anything like that. That's where, because if you learn somewhere, again there's a one more thing tomorrow comes in. There isn't anything like metric. So I should learn 50% or 60%. There isn't anything like that, right? So I'll tell you. So my main importance, yeah. I my main importance is that when I'm for the next 3 months in the course, our main importance is to you for sure you will able to crack the job. Okay, you will get an opportunity and you will be able to crack the job once you joined in the company. Once you joined in the company with the job, you should be able to comfortably work. That is the until there we are focusing on the course. You should be able to comfortably work in the area. Okay, so either it is a coding or it is about the tool or it is about some kind of a process we are going to learn from the basic to the advanced, so that whenever you given a project which is related to the GCP, you should be able to work in that area comfortably, because getting the job is very easy because the course and because of the opportunities. And you should be able to get settled in the job without hurry burry. You should be able to work comfortably. That's the main aim. We are going to start from the basics, we are going to end at the advanced layer until at the automation. You can think of like that. Yeah. Okay, so yes, Shanmug, yeah, please.
There are many services in GCP. In your course, are you going to cover only big data and database or other?
1 minute, Mohit, 1 minute, please. I have given you time, and I someone is also asking. Yes, Shanmug, I can't hear you properly. Can you please ask me clearly? I think I can't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yes, you are audible now.
Okay. There are many services in GCP. In your data engineering course, are you going to cover only data,
I'll
big
talk.
data and database? Or
Yes, I'll talk about the course curriculum. Yes. Okay, I'll part that question. I'll talk about the course curriculum. Yes. And yes, Jivan Kumar. Sorry, Mohit, I'll come back to you. Sorry for that. Yes. Yes, Jivan. Okay, Mohit,
Yeah,
yes, please.
yeah, Shadil. Actually, what is code duration?
Course duration 3 months. Yes, Mohit, sorry.
Okay.
No, no, no. It's your choice. Someone was asking course duration. I told it is 3 months. Yes, please. Correct. Correct. Uh-huh. I'll talk about it. Yes. I'll talk about the course curriculum when I'm talking about the course curriculum. That's the fourth question. Yes, please. That also I'll talk about it. Yes. That also. I'll also talk about that in the next. See, the course curriculum, if I tell you guys, most of the people are asking many questions related to the course curriculum. Let me gonna first talk about the course curriculum, then I'll come back to the questions, guys. Okay. So that would be easy, helpful, and so that most of the people are able to happy for that, right? So let me gonna do that thing first. So, sir, I have designed this course in such a way that divided into two compartments or two modules. One is basics, cloud basics. I call it as a cloud GCP cloud basics. GCP cloud basics is first, and then data engineering tools, DE tools, the second topic. When it comes to the cloud basics, when it comes to the cloud basics, first we are going to start with cloud overview. Why we need the cloud platform, what is the difference between the on-premises versus cloud platform. So that is what we are going to see tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow session is this one. Next 1 hour is tomorrow session is this one, guys, where we are going to talk about the why we need cloud platform and what is the difference between the on-premises versus cloud platform. After that, I will again iterate what is GCP, why will learn GCP opportunities. I'll just talk about it one more like 5 to 10 minutes. And after that, we are going to enter into the GCP interfaces. Right? So what is this GCP? How do we interact with that? There are plenty of the services in the GCP, right? How do we interact with it? what is console, what is cloud shell, what is cloud SDK, and after that we are going to have a console walkthrough. In the console walkthrough, I will tell you how to create a free tier account, guys. Most of the people may ask the question here. I will try to park it here. So free trial account is worth of 90 days. Okay, and 90 days validity. They are providing us almost $300 for the free, so that you can able to use it for the lab sessions. Entire things we are going to put in the lab only. My motto or my way to teach is the 20 to 80 by 20 model or 20 by 80 model. Nothing but 20% is theoretical and 80% is practical. The 80% of the practical things on the lab that we are going to do in this particular account. Okay, so we are going to create, I am going to create a free tier account in the GCP for validity of 90 days, and that is giving you $300 in the credit, and we can able to practice there. So that is something that I will talk about in the console walkthrough. Okay, and after that we are going to have a project setup. I will tell you what is project, what is building, and how do we manage the building, and what is APIs and all of those things. After that, what is GCP locations, right? Such as what is region, what is zone, what is selection criteria, and what is the importance of the locations also. And after that, GCP, IAM, and admin will talk about it, such as what are the identities, who are the identities, what are the roles, how do we provide the access, what is policy, what is resource hierarchy. So these are the cloud basics, guys, with respect to the cloud. And if you go to any other cloud platform also, these topics are similar. You can able to just easily correlate. Okay, so first module 1 cloud overview, and the next one is what is GCP, GCP interfaces, console walkthrough, GCP locations, IAM and admin. So these are the 6 modules that we are going to cover as a part of the cloud basics. Once the cloud basics are completed, that's where we are entering into the data engineering tools. Tell me, guys, how many categories of the data that we have? Can you categorize the data into 3 ways? Tell me, what are those 3 ways?
OLAP, OLTP, and means secure, non-secure, unsecure, and semi-secure.
Correct. I hope most of the people are able to now understand. The data is usually categorized into 3 methods. One is unstructured data, semi-structured data, and structured data. For unstructured data in the Google Cloud Platform, you have a GCS, first tool that we are covering. We have a big table. This is high level, guys. We are not going to go into the deeper. This is second service. And third service, OLTP, we are going to cover third service, that is Cloud SQL. And fourth service, OLAP, that is BigQuery. So here, these are comes under the data storage and database services. 4 storage and database services that we are covering, these are GCS, Bigtable, Cloud SQL, and BigQuery. 4 storage and database services, out of which BigQuery is high level. We are not going to go into the deeper. Other things are deep, we are going to cover. Okay, so that is how it is. So this is how we have 4 services in the storage and database services. And after that, right, sir, some people were asking me, sir, I wanted to create the pipelines, and how do we create the pipelines? So for creating the pipelines, we are going to cover, for Spark and Hadoop pipelines, we are going to do it in the Dataproc with help of the PySpark. We are going to do the Beam pipelines. We are learning about the data flow. Sir, code-free data pipelines, I wanted to create it, Data Fusion. And workflow orchestration tool for monitoring, logging, orchestration, scheduling, you can use Airflow. So here, if you look at it, data pipelines, 3 methods, Spark and Hadoop. Dataproc for Spark and Hadoop we are going to use, so that we can able to create the Spark pipelines. Similarly, Beam. So here we are learning about the Apache Beam with Python. So we are one more framework, that is Apache Beam, guys, similar to the Spark. We are learning, and we are going to create the pipelines in the data flow. Similarly, we have a pipelines that we can also create it using the UI, graphical user interface, without writing any code also. That is with the help of the Data Fusion. That is also we are covering. And workflow orchestration tool for scheduling the jobs, for creating the jobs, for orchestrating, or for monitoring and managing that you can go for the Airflow. That is also called as a composer in the Google Cloud platform. Airflow or composer, both are same. And we are also looking at the lakehouse architecture, that is Databricks, which is recently added from the last 2 batches. We are also learning about the Databricks. Okay, so that is Google Databricks and the GCP. Databricks can be used in the Azure, Databricks can be used in the GCP, Databricks can also be used in the AWS. We are learning. So anywhere you learn, everything is same. There is no difference. Because I am from the Databricks, guys. I also one of the developer in the Databricks UC. So I'm a contractor at the Databricks and I know most of the things. I worked in multiple cloud platforms also. I'm telling you, the moment you use Databricks in the Azure or AWS or GCP, everything is same. No difference. And now the next thing is, we are going to learn about the streaming data ingestion. Sorry, I should mention here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing but here 5 data pipeline related, right? 5 pipeline related services. And after the data ingestion, we are learning about PubSub, event-based solution cloud functions, and this is 1, this is 2. So this is a complementary topic. There's a video for this. This is complementary topic. That is Terraform. Some people need to have some knowledge on the Terraform also. That is as a complementary. I'm covering as a Terraform also. Okay, so here we have 3. And then, sir, for sure, as a data engineer, you need to have a basic knowledge on the Linux basics. We are going to cover Linux basics, Python crash course, PySpark, as well as Apache Beam. So these are the additionally, whenever required, we are going to cover the Linux basics, Python crash course, PySpark, and Apache Beam also we are going to cover. This is what I call it as a Python for data engineers. I don't call it as a crash course because I used to call it as a crash course, but later I make it as a Python for data engineers. So specifically, I have created this course for the data engineers, not for the application developers. This is specifically for the Python for data engineering, PySpark and Apache Beam. Okay, so this is how the course curriculum. Let me gonna go to my material and I'll show you again what are the concepts and the depth of the concepts also I would like to show you guys. And you will be, once you enroll for the course, you will be provided with a notebook access. You will be having an access to the notebook. Okay, so this is how, let me gonna show you guys. So you'll be having a course content. You can double click on it. Whenever you have an access to this one, you can able to download it, guys. So a PDF gets open like this one. So you have a detailed course curriculum here. If one wanted to just look into the detailed course curriculum, so our management team or admin team will provide you the detailed course curriculum with the Google Cloud Platform trainings. Okay, now I would like to talk about each and every topic. First, cloud basics. As I told you, we are going to first start with the cloud basics, guys. In the cloud basics, we are going to see the Google Cloud introduction, GCP interfaces, console walkthrough. In that one, you are going to see the trial account creation project setup, GCP locations such as region and zone, and GCP IAM and admin. So what is roles, principles, permissions, resource hierarchy, service accounts, all of those things we are going to understand. And account creation. You are going to see how to create a free tier account in the GCP. I have already video created. And SDK related activities we need to learn. And the Linux basics also we have it here. The basic Linux concepts we have to cover, that is also there. So this is how all about this actually takes 7 days, right? Google Cloud Basics will take almost 7 days. After that, we enter into the data engineering. One of the first component is GCS. Sir, what is GCS? How do we create a bucket in the GCS? How the cost is associated? How to create a bucket using the Cloud Shell with help of the commands? All of the list of commands also we have it here. And after that, you have an assignment. Every topic will have assignment. You have the assignments here. Okay. And the next topic is Cloud SQL. Sir, what is Cloud SQL? And how do we connect it to the Cloud SQL? How many ways? Connect to the Cloud SQL via Workbench, Cloud SQL, and all of these things. And here we are talking, we are going to see a database migration project here. And in the database migration project, what is actually how the migration project will be, and what are the steps in the database migration, and the schema, and data migration, data sync, validation and testing, cutover, and post migration activities. So we are going to see in a very detail about the database migration phases. And we are going to do that as a project, a database migration project, manual method and automatic method also we are going to see. And additionally, you will be having a sample data for the practice, and assignments also you have it here in the Cloud SQL. And the next topic is BigQuery, right? So what is BigQuery? The BigQuery's architecture. Yeah. So BigQuery is, what is BigQuery's architecture and BigQuery limitations and data types, and working with a BigQuery. BigQuery's hierarchy, different ways of creating the tables in the BigQuery, and table creation statements, and data sets for your practice purpose. Partitioning. What is partitioning and clustering? See, what is partitioning, what is native table and external table. Partitioning and clustering, different methods of partitioning and their benefits and limitations, and their statements also. Working with an arrays, different ways of, so you might be having a different types of arrays: simple JSON data, JSON string data, list of array data, JSON schema. How do you actually manage all of these things? We are going to see. Nested and repeated fields in the BigQuery, and we also have assignments. So every topic will have assignments. You can see here the assignments, and the questions will be there, and answer will also be available here. And here in the BigQuery, very much we are going to look at it is case study 1, which is very, very important. We are going to see one of the case study on the Spotify, which is a real-time case study, and a social media case study for your assignment purpose. I'll tell you what to do also. And about the BigQuery views, what is a view, logical view, materialized view, authorized view, and how do we create them, and their demo also we are going to cover. Every topic is, maybe you are looking at the theoretical notes is for your practice. Everything we are going to see in a practical, guys. Everything is practical only. And then Python. So Python for data engineers, as I told you, chapter 1 is data types, chapter 2 data structures such as list, tuple, dictionaries, chapter 3 is Python programming constructions such as if else statements, for loops and while loops, exceptional handling, file input output operations. Chapter 4 is modular programming, functions and classes. So these are the things that are very much required for the data engineers. So Python specifically designed for the data engineers, this one. And after that, you also have a practice questions. And one more thing. After that, we are going to see the Hadoop and Spark introduction, how people were working before the Hadoop and Spark, how the Hadoop came into the picture, how the Spark emerged into the market. So all of these things. And what is Dataproc? How the Dataproc is different from the Hadoop and Spark environment, and see how it is different from it, and how do we work with the Dataproc, and how do we create a cluster, and how many types of clusters are there, and how do we create a cluster. The lab sessions, right? So these are all lab sessions, guys, again. So introduction, extracting the data, loading the data, transforming the data, Spark SQL, SCD, job 1, job 2, job 3, and again you have a sample data. Okay, you have a sample data sets also here. Case study 1, so which is a employee travel records case study, which is a project. You can put it in your resume. You can put it in your resume here. This is one of the project end-to-end pipeline we are covering. Similarly, again end-to-end pipeline for a healthcare data. So this is for a processing a real-time patient healthcare data. This is again one more case study which we are covering in a code, right? This code is more of an industry standard, I would say. So you will be having an objective data source, data validation steps. We need to validate the data transformations, data logging and monitoring. Logging and monitoring metrics also we are going to do. Error handling it. So for debugging purpose, all of these things included in the code, guys. So this is a code of industry standard, so that it should be running in a real time also. And assignments 1, assignment 2, assignment 3. End-to-end batch pipeline for a machine learning project. An end-to-end batch pipeline. And every time if you look at here, there's a code already available, right? So every time we already have the nodes and everything is available, we are going to see also. And the next thing, right? Every time you can see, sorry, a data flow here. What is data flow and how it is different from the data proc? Can you guys tell me, am I audible or I'm just speaking? Can you guys confirm once, please?
Yes.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
I hope I'm not making you bored, please, right? So I'm just telling you the entire course content. I just wanted to. Yeah. Okay, guys, great. So now here you have a data proc and how it is different from the data flow and data proc. And what is this data flow? What framework that we are going to use? That is Apache Beam. What is Apache Beam? And how we can able to run the code, and how the Apache Beam is different from the Spark, and all of those details, and how to create the code. What is P collection, P transfer, and how do we do that? And after that, we are going to create a workbench, and we are going to see how the Spark is different from this one, data proc versus data flow. Lab sessions, again Apache Beam, right? Beam is again framework. You will be having introduction, extracting, transforming, and loading. All of these things we are going to see.
So
Just look at the code also, you will get to know, right? So the moment I double click on the code, right, so you should be able to look at the code. So all of these things practically we are going to see, guys. So the entire code related to the data proc and data flow we are going to see. So that is something related to the data proc and data flow, right? So this is how about the data flow. And in the data flow, sample data sets for the practice. Use case one, an e-commerce transaction processing. This is one thing where you will be able to see reading the data, validating the data, and logging and handling invalid records, calculating the total sales, writing the valid records, writing the invalid records, monitoring the pipeline with the basic metrics. Okay, and what is the side inputs, side outputs also we are going to see in this one. And then assignment for your practice, guys. Retail sales data processing. This is for your assignment. What is the scenario? What you wanted to do it. And template method of creating the pipelines. You can also create a pipeline in the template method in the data flow, which is also one of the famous method. We are going to see how to create the template method of pipeline. Nothing but a UI. Without writing the code also, you can create the pipelines in the data flow. That also we are going to see. And a final end-to-end streaming pipeline, which we are going to cover with help of the PubSub. First, we need to understand what is PubSub also, right? Sir, what is PubSub? And what is Kafka? How the PubSub, and what is the difference between the Kafka and PubSub? We are going to see. And with the help of this one, we are going to create an end-to-end pipeline here. With the help of that one, we are going to create an end-to-end pipeline here, guys. So that is something you can see. Okay, and after that, what is some basics on the windowing also. In the data flow, there's a fixed windows and sliding windows and session windows. So this is something that which is an advanced topic in the data flow, which we are going to cover as with an examples also. And that is PubSub covered. Airflow, which is a workflow orchestration tool. What is this workflow orchestration, sir? You are mentioning workflow orchestration all the time. What is this mean by workflow orchestration? And what is composer and airflow, sir? What is the architecture of the airflow? What is a DAG? How do we create the DAG? Cron job format. Composer, how do we create a composer environment? Level 1 DAG architecture, level 2 DAG architecture, level 3 DAG architecture, level 4 assignment and implementing the end-to-end CI/CD also. Okay, end-to-end implementing the CI/CD with the help of the airflow is also covered here, guys. So this is all about the airflow, where we have total 5 use cases in the airflow. So everything we are going to write the code. So you can look at here. Maybe I can double click on it. Maybe I cannot be able to open it. Maybe I can open it from here. So for example, you wanted to look at the code, right? So that's something level 1 DAG. So this is how you have a level 1 DAG. This is how we write the code. I sit with you. We are going to write it. We are going to run it. We are going to test it. If something errors, we are going to debug it, look at the errors, logs, and everything, right? So this is something about the airflow. And after that, data fusion is a high level topic, which is not covered in the classes, but an end-to-end pipeline for the data fusion is already covered here. You can go and watch this video. So this is for the, because data fusion is not widely used in the companies, but I just don't want it to miss the topic. I created an end-to-end pipeline video. You can go and watch it. You can just click on it. You can able to watch it. And you have a cloud function. Very much important. Cloud function, use case 1, use case 2, use case 1 I'm going to teach. Use case 2 is for assignment. An event based solution, you can say. Databricks again. Finally, the Databricks. Sir, what is Databricks? What is Lakehouse architecture? What is the difference between the data warehouse, data lake, and Lakehouse architecture? What is Spark on Databricks? What is DBFS? Setting up the Databricks workspace. What is Unity catalog? What are the clusters in the Databricks? What are the notebooks in the Databricks? DB utility commands, Delta tables. What is Delta Lake? How to create the Delta Lake tables, and what is the advanced features of the Delta Lake tables, and all of those things, right? Such as like compacting, time travel, and vacuuming. All of these things are code, guys. Maybe here you have a theoretical things. Maybe on the notes you may be seeing a lot of theoretical things. It is only for your interview purpose. But everything I am going to, whatever you see in the theoretical, I am going to cover as a lab. Okay, so that is what you have to understand. And one more thing, structured streaming. Structured streaming, how do we do that in the data proc? Autoloader, a file-based ingestion utility in the data proc. What is this one we are going to cover? Medallion architecture, end-to-end workflow in the data flow. This is where we are going to stop our course with the end-to-end workflow in the Databricks, right? So actually we are going to create a workflow, and that workflow is end-to-end this one. So this is something, and this is where we are going to stop. Okay, so that is where we are ending the session. And not last, but so I don't remember that. So the final thing, which is very, very important for most of the people who are going for an interview, sir, I do not know how to create my resume. I am giving you the resume templates here for you to create it. Almost 15 plus resumes are there for you to create it. These are already the people's resumes who got the job. And interview introduction, sir, I do not know how to tell my introduction in the interview. Because see, I've been in the same training from the last 1.5 years. I ran like 60 plus batches, 65 plus batches. But the thing is that I came to a conclusion that this is how the trend for the GCP data engineer. Sometimes I sit for an interview for like 3 to 4 years of experience and understand the questions, and I put it here as a questions. You look at here, these are the questions from the interview. Okay, so these are not, I just not copied from anywhere. So these are the theoretical questions, data engineering theoretical questions, directly from the interview. I'm telling you guys, directly from the interview. SQL questions directly from the interview. Python questions directly from the interview. And PySpark questions, certification dumps who wanted to go. So you have here resume templates, you have here interview introduction, you have here data engineering questions and SQL questions, Python questions, PySpark, all for the interview. You have an interview tab here separately where you can able to go and see all of these things. Once I provide an access to this one, so for example, if I try to look at here, I'll try to show you guys one thing. So I can just give you a one of this link. If I try to add you as an email, right, you can just go to any browser. You can go to any browser and you can paste it. Maybe I already have an access to me, but for you, you may not be having an access to this one. So this is my notebook. My name is Shaik Saidhul, right? So Saidhul's notebook. You have everything open here. You don't need to download anything. You don't need to worry about downloading anything. You can just see here, interview tab. You have it here, GCP interview introduction, data engineering questions. Everything is properly organized and structured. Everything is this flow we are going to cover. Okay, if you go to the complementary, I think I might not have tell you. So this is an end-to-end pipeline project for complementary. I have created a video for that. Project flow, settings, and all of these architecture. Terraform, I told you guys, this is in a complementary again. You see what is Terraform, and Terraform lab session also again a video for you, and Terraform life cycle. So this is how. And one wanted to understand the RDDs versus, this is some basic things, complementary things guys here. So this is how all about the course curriculum. And additionally, I would like to give you a final thing on the course details. Then I will give you time, guys. I hope you guys are not getting bored, but I'll try to give you time for your questions also, please. Okay, look at here. We have a course details, such as the duration is 50 hours. Actually, it is 3 months. It is taking 2.5 to 3 months, guys. And the daily timings, daily 1 hour. The timing is that same timing, everyone. That is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. every day. Okay, so sometimes we may start from 9:10, for example, 9:10 to 10:10. You can think of like that. So usually I would wait for some all the people to join. 9:10 to 10:10. You can think of that's the timing, guys. On a high level, this is 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Okay, so that is what daily 1 hour online live sessions only, everyday live sessions, guys. Add on. So add-ons, just now I have shown you. Video recordings are provided. Comprehensive material is provided. Assignments are provided. Real-time projects and case studies we are covering. Interview questions, certification dumps, and resume assistance. All of these things we are going to cover, guys. So 2.5 months is a session, daily 1 hour, on live session. 50 plus hours it will take, guys. I'm telling you, 50 plus. video recordings, comprehensive material, assignments, case studies, interview questions, certification dumps, and resume assistance. And the prerequisite for the course is basic SQL we are expecting the candidates to have. So even though if you do not have a basics of the SQL also, you can sit for like 2 to 3 days, you can get the basics of the SQL from the YouTube also. So this is a basics of the SQL is the prerequisite for the course. Okay. Yep. And now target audience, whoever you are, whether maybe you are working in some testing field or mainframe background or a mechanical background or wherever you are, right? Sir, I am stuck in my field, or I do not know, or I wanted to get a data engineering, this is my dream job. Sir, my job is not having any hikes, I wanted to get a better hike, right? Sir, I wanted to get a higher demanding career. At my career, I do not know what I'm doing in my current role. Sir, I am in non-IT, I wanted to break into the IT, right? So whoever you are, so if you have a zeal or if you have a effort and time, if you wanted to put, and I wanted to learn, sir, I wanted to get into the job with the GCP data engineering with a minimal effort compared to the AWS and Azure, in that case this course is for you guys. I'm telling you, there's a very plenty of opportunities for the GCP data engineers. You can trust me. You don't need to trust me. Just prepare a random resume for a GCP data engineer, put it in the Naukri, and just wait for 3 days. If you're getting the calls, just join the course. Otherwise, don't. Okay. So because there's a plenty of opportunities, I'm telling you. So this is all about the course. So now tell me, guys, please raise your hand if anyone have any questions, please. Yes, please. Please raise your hand, guys. If anyone have any question, that would be easy so that I can able to talk with that particular person. 1 minute, 1 minute, Ganguly, right? 1 minute, please. So I would like to go ahead one by one. So yes, Anusha. Yes, Anusha, please. Anusha, you have any question? I'm gonna paste here the question also. Yes, Anusha. Yes, please. Okay. Mm-hmm. Correct. 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 Half correct. No, 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 no. So that's the reason. That's the reason. So that is what I have just told you, right? So, sir, here you have already the CRM knowledge, right? So you are working on a CRM. That's something related to the management. So you have a basic knowledge in the SQL. See, in our course, we are going to cover the data engineering from the basic to the advanced. When I say advanced, what is mean by advanced, sir? My way to say advanced is that if you get a job, you should work comfortably in the job. That is what is something. See, anything. So, for example, sir, I am a data engineer. I might be having some 8 to 9 years of experience, right? You have to understand the reality. Even I have a 9 years of experience, or if you put me in some company's project, new project, for sure I do not know most of the things about the project. But given 1 week, I should be able to understand everything and I can able to work on this area, right? So if I just go ahead, for example, 3 years of one of the guy who got a job, for example, like Anusha here, and here we have a 3 years guy who got a job, who is having actual experience in the GCP, and Anusha is actually lent my course. She is actually coming from the course, and if she also got the job, and if you ask me who is able to understand the most of the project requirement, if you ask me, Anusha is able to understand most of the concepts. It is because this guy might have worked on only one of the tool, that is BigQuery, or maybe worked on some data proc. Other tools he do not know knowledge at all. His knowledge was limited to 1 or 2 services. That's how the company is actually. But the moment in this particular company, if they are not using any of these things, they are using the data flow. Even though he's having 3 years of experience, he cannot be able to work in this area. But Anusha, who actually lent my course, and she has a knowledge on basic to the advanced in that particular area also, all the topics that we are covering. So that is what is our agenda. Okay, there is a little bit of struggle. He will also struggle, and you will also struggle. The struggle, if he is putting some kind of a struggle, is 50% for him, and you may be putting some extra effort, that is 60%. But other than that, everything is same. A little bit more effort you have to put it, that's it, comparatively. Okay, so that is what is the depth of the course I'm telling you guys. Okay, yeah. Yes, Sheshadri Barik. Yes, please. Mhm. Yes. Certification. So if you wanted to do any certification, external certifications, right? So you can register for the external certification. You have already the dumps here. These questions are going to be very helpful to crack the exam. Okay. It's around some $120 to $150, I believe, for ACE, and PDT it is $200. That's it. Yeah, yeah. So you can do 2 attempts consecutively, and for third attempt, you should actually wait for 6 months. Yeah. Okay. 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 Again, see, I'm telling you, if you are learning one cloud, you should be able to work in any cloud platform. So what you are going to witness in the end of the course is that platform is not a problem. Platform should not be a constraint, first thing. And a tool should not be a constraint, the second thing. So as a data engineer, if they are putting you to work in any area, you should work on any platform, you should work on any tool, because the underlying technology for anything is, for a data engineer, is SQL, Python, PySpark, and Apache Beam, and basic Linux. So these are the underlying tech stack. So if you are learning these things, right, with a cloud terminology, when I say data warehouse, data lake, and how do you work with these things, right? So when you work with these terminologies, these tools, right, that gives you the same set of tools are available in other clouds also, so that you can able to correlate it, and you can learn it is easily. It doesn't take much time for you to also. Okay. Yeah. um, and after that, we have Dio Ola Inc. I'm not sure how do you call him. I'm just unmuting you if you wanted to talk. Dio, you have any? Yes, please. Yeah. The time. Yeah. Good. So, yeah, I got your point. But the timings for the course is IST, Indian Standard Time. The current time, whatever you are. I hope you are available in this time. Hmm. Okay. Oh, okay. Yes, I got your point, Dayo. But actually, this course is for 10 p.m., 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. Indian Standard Timings, because that's how in India we are comfortable in this particular timestamp. But if you are not able to attend, whenever you are able to attend, you can attend it. If you are not able to attend it, you already have the recordings also. Okay, you can go for the recordings. Fine. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Uday, you have any question?
Yes. After completion of the course, I mean, if we have to put experience In number of years, how many years can we show?
Okay. So this is one of the good question for most of the people. It will be helpful, guys. So assume that you have a 2 years of experience. Someone will be having 3 years of experience. Someone will be having 5 years of experience. Right. I'm just giving you the, the pseudo. So if you have a 7 years, if you have a 9 years, if you have a 11 years, if you have a 13 years, in my previous batches people already having 15 years also joined my course. Okay, so even though they are the managers, but they still join. So 2 years of experience, what you have to do, 2 years experience is nothing but you were working on some other topic, some other tool, whether it is testing or mechanical or whatever. So you say last 2 years I worked on Google Cloud Platform, and you prepare the resume. You prepare the resume like that, and you go for the interview like this. Okay, so this is what you have to do, sir. If it is a 2 years of experience, you have to put all the 2 years as a GCP data engineer and prepare your resume. So if you are not able to, if you are not comfortable, just put 1.5 years as a GCP and create your resume and go for the interview. That is one thing. Okay, for 1.5 years, and rest of the 0.5 years, what I have to do, sir, you can just tell I worked on SQL, or maybe the current work what you are doing, right? You can also tell I was doing that particular task also. Okay, so that is something that you can mention, guys. Okay, and for the 3 years guy, what I have to do, sir, for 3 years guy, again you can mention 1.5 also. No one is stopping. You can mention again 1.5, and the rest of the 1.5, what you have to do, sir, if you ask me, rest of the 1.5, whatever you are currently working on, right? You say that I was currently working on 1.5. Earlier, I was working on some other area, but I got a chance to work on the GCP. Now, last 1.5 years, I'm working on the GCP. You create your resume like that, and you go for the interview. For 5 years, sir, last 2.5 years I'm working on this area. 2 years, maybe you can mention two. So last 2 years I'm working on a GCP, create your resume and go for the interview. Again for 7 years, sir. Again two, you can mention that, totally fine. Sir, 9 years, sir. 2.5 you mentioned. 2.5 years. Sir, 11 years, sir. Again you mentioned 2.5. No one will ask you. Last 2.5 years, I'm working on the GCP projects. 13 years, sir. You can maximum go up to 3 years. I would not suggest you to go beyond this one, sir. This is a formula. So 2 years experience, guy. Last 1.5 years on GCP. Rest of the things, whatever your current experience. 5 years, last 2 years on GCP. Rest of the things you can put your current experience. You say that I was working on that area, but I got a chance to work on the GCP. Now I'm working in the GCP from last 2 years, and these are the projects I have worked on GCP. These are the pipelines I have created in the GCP. Okay, so this is something that is it clear now?
Yeah,
Right?
got it. Thank you.
Got it. Right. I hope this is clear for most of the people also now. Right. So I see. Yes, Shreya, you have any question? Shreya. Yes, yes, please. Yes. Sir, course material notes, my notes, right? So my notes is lifetime. You don't need to worry about it. So the notes is lifetime. But recordings are always 6 months. Okay, 6 months, because every 3 months, 4 months, we are going to add new topics and new things. So we always provide an course recordings access to the 6 months only. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yes, Junaid, do you have any question? Yes, please. Hi. Uh-huh. There will be a group created first thing. Okay, sir. Once you enroll for the course, this is what happens, guys. Once you enroll for the course, there gets a access to the recordings are provided, access to the material. All the access will be provided to you, Zoom links and everything. Second thing, there gets a group created for you. This is usually called as a class group. Okay, session group or a class group. In that one, all the people will be added. And whenever you guys have any questions, you can put it here so that they will be able to help you, or I will be able to, sorry, or I will be able to help you. Okay. Yes. Mhm. Correct. Yes, yes. Yes, great. Thank you. Okay, so I see. Yes, Raya, you have any question? Correct. Right. Yeah, we have to, you guys have to create it. I will tell you how to create it also in the next few sessions. Okay. I'll tell you how to create a free tier account. Yeah. Only 2 rupees are required. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Oh, we are going to create a free trial account, guys, with a 2 rupees only. I'll tell you how to create a free trial account in the next sessions. Maybe in after fourth or fifth section session, I'm going to talk about fourth session maybe. Yeah. Okay. So I hope yes. Anyone have any question? Yeah, Gangoli, you have questions, right? You please ask me. Yeah, I see you are putting it in the chat. Gangoli, are you there? I'm not sure whether you are here. Not sure. Yes, you are here, right? You are joining. Okay. Not sure. Gangoli, you are able to hear me? Not sure. Okay. And any other questions, anyone? So course fees, you can connect with an admin, guys. So course related things, fee related things, you can always connect with your admin, and they will help you. I think admins are already putting their numbers in the chat, right? You can always ping them. So you will be already having certain groups, right? So they will ping you guys. So I think they will ping you for any kind of a fee related things. Okay, so that is what they do. So for the course, guys, you can see in the chat there are already the admins and management team is already providing you the messages. Please look into that. They will help you on the fee structure. It is very less, yeah, comparatively in the market. Yes, anyone have any other questions, please? Do we have any questions, guys? Mm-hmm. Yes, please. Hmm. No, most of the product-based companies also they're hiring, but so it's like this one, guys. So a mix of all, I would say, product-based companies, service-based companies. But the thing is that the opportunities are wherever you in the IT, right? The opportunities are more in the service-based, right? So that what happens. So that's how. So most of the service-based companies are hiring like Accenture, Infosys, and Deloitte. Lloyd's, there's a company recently they have hired almost 150 plus GCP data engineers. 150 plus GCP data engineers Lloyd's is hiring, and still they are hiring. Their target is to hire 150 plus, almost 90 plus they have hired, and they're still hiring. This is this company, new product based company, Lloyd's in the Hyderabad. Okay, and there is this Accenture, and you have Infosys. You get a call from the Infosys. You get a call for sure from the Tech M, and Altimetric. There's a company in the Chennai. Altimetric. It is there in the Hyderabad also. It is famous in the Chennai. Why this is Altimetric? Okay, Altimetric, and this is a Deloitte. Deloitte will for sure you will get a call from the Deloitte, and there is this different plenty of the companies for sure you will get. Okay, Ascendion, and these are the some 15 companies are there where for sure you are going to get just this Tiger Analytics. Okay, Tiger Analytics. And I don't remember some of the companies' names also, but a lot of companies actually, the moment you put right, for sure, you get a call from the 15 companies for sure. Okay, 15 calls for sure. 15 companies. L&T also. I forgot that. Mindtree. For sure, if I ask you in a Mindtree, there is a separate GCP, what we call it as uh, a group, or I don't remember, it is called as a team, AGBG group. We call it as a GCP group, and almost some 200 people are already working there in the GCP. So you put resume, they will call you and they wanted to hire you. Okay, they are create, there's an entire GCP group itself. Even in the Accenture also, they call it as a, I worked in the Accenture, right? I know it, AGBG group, they call it as Accenture Google Business Group. So they almost some, when I was working there itself, almost to 120 or 110 people were working. So that's how. So that's how plenty of the companies, they actually hire like anything. Okay, for sure you are going to get. So almost some 15 companies are there, for sure you are going to get. And random other companies are also there. Yeah. Sorry, someone was asking. Sorry. Highest packages. So for the highest packages, right? So I have seen this guy last to last month. One of the guy has 3.4 months. I even shocked myself that his package was around, I don't remember, 8 plus 8.5, let us take LPA. Okay. And he gone for interview. He cracked actually 6 offer letters with the GCP in the 6 offer letters. And almost the companies also, I remember, he actually joined Deloitte finally. And it was offering almost him, I don't remember exactly, somewhere around 26.5 fixed. This is fixed component. And additionally, some 2 LP was variable and 1.5 was bonus, joining bonus. So this is was one of the package. This guy actually got it fixed. See, this guy Deloitte he got, and Ultimetric he got, and there are TCS. He also got it in the TCS, and some other different startup companies such as there's a Data Metica. Some company was there, Data Metica. He also got it in that. So different calls. This was the highest change, I would say, the percentage of difference hike. This guy 8.5 to 27.5. But with the course, with the 7 years, one of the guy got 42. One of the guy got 7 or 9, I don't remember it. 42 was the highest package that I have seen for 7 to 9 years of experience. And other people are for sure every time they're getting 25. Sir, I got 25. Someone from 5 LPA to some 15 directly they go. So this is how the package trend. So there's a huge hike you are going to get it. The moment you get one opportunity, you don't get satisfied. So get multiple opportunities so that your package is going to be hike. You're going to get a very good hike. So that is what you do. Okay. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, please. Okay. Okay. 1 minute, guys. Sorry, one company. Yes, Raju. Sorry, please. Sorry. Correct. Correct. I will tell you about that also. Maybe in our upcoming sessions, how do you have to manage it, and how do I manage it to crack my interviews? See, even when I was working in Accenture, I came out of Accenture like 1.5 year before. I'm currently working in some Contech. I just told you Contech and Databricks both, right? So how do I actually, even Accenture also has a 3 months of notice period. How do I play it smartly? And I'll tell you in our upcoming sessions for sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Soumya, you have any question? Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 I just wanted to let you know, are you able to do the coding job? See, you are coming from, you have a long gap. I can understand that. If you are ready to do that, for sure, no one is able to stop you. And only one thing is that you need to, in the IT, It totally works on the documents. If you have a documents, you might have already done some kind of research who gives that and what. If you manage that, so I'm telling you, you should be able to easily get into the job. Okay, so make sure you have the documents, and the course will give you all the knowledge to crack the interviews. Okay. Yes. Mhm. We are not providing any placements, but whenever there is an opportunity, we'll let you know. But we are not providing any placement support, and that is also not required. So I suggest my students is that the moment you read, I mean, you attend the courses and learn the knowledge properly, there's no one need to refer you. There's no one need to actually place you, because that many opportunities, that many calls, you are going to get it. At least out of 20 calls, if you are not able to get a one job, that means that is the problem from you. So that's what I say to my students, because I spend a lot of effort to make you train and give you a lot of knowledge. If you are not able to receive it properly, that means you are putting an effort, you are investing money, you put effort and get job. That's what you have to do, guys, every day. Okay. Yep. No, no, no. No internships, no. The projects and all of these case studies are assignment we are providing. Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. Yes. Anyone have any other questions? So, anyone have any random questions that you wanted to ask, guys? Please. Yes. Yes, Guru. Yes, please. Is it in the Databricks or which one you are asking? Sorry. Okay. Dataproc for sure. Okay, because Spark is famous, right? Compared to the any other framework in the data engineering, Spark is famous. Spark, so Dataproc works on the Spark only. Okay. Yes. Unit testing is covered, but testers, what they do, that kind of a testing we are not doing. Unit testing, whether the requirement is satisfied or not, we are going to do it. Yes. Yeah. Yes. We are going to run it. We're going to test it. Is it requiring, and is the data is captured? Is the data transformations are happening? Of course, such kind of things are common. No, no, no. Those things we are not covering. CI/CD, DevOps activities, we are not covering anything here, guys. Only a data engineer activity, senior data engineer, junior data engineer, data architect, what they do, those things we are going to do it here. Data related positions, yes. Yep. Okay. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Anyone? It is almost 11. That means from last 2 hours we have been spending. And if anyone have any questions, I hope you have liked the session today. If anyone have any questions, you can ask me, guys. We will provide you the recordings also, guys. Yes, Nagarjuna. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Yes. The recordings are having a 6 months of validity, guys. Oh, and by tomorrow itself. By tomorrow, I'm gonna share it tomorrow itself. Yes. Yeah. So today's session, tomorrow morning. Okay.
Online classes, when will it
Only online classes, guys. Online live sessions only. Yes.
from which date these classes are starting?
Yes, please. This is yes, Seshadri. Yes, please. Seshadri. Uh-huh. Mhm. Usually, whenever you need an access, we will actually ping you once you guys enroll, right? We will ask you which email ID you need an access. That only you have to provide it at that time. Okay. Yes. No, no. This is more of a data engineering. Yes. Yes. Okay, so I hope most of the questions are solved. I hope you guys have enjoyed the session and learned something today. And if anyone have any questions, you can ask me, guys. Otherwise, we are going to see a new whole topic, whether you join the course or not. But I suggest you to join the tomorrow session because which is going to be very, very, very interesting topic. Okay. Yep. Thank you all. Any questions? Yeah. Meanwhile.
On which date this course will started?
So it's already started, guys. From tomorrow onwards, the core is going to be started, and
Okay.
regularly the sessions are regular. And about the SQL, guys, I'll tell you what to learn. But if I just add it to that, actually the course become a little bit heavy. But I'll check it out in maybe in the upcoming session, upcoming batches if I try to include it also. But I'll tell you what to learn. Yeah, in the SQL.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Any other questions, anyone?
I don't have any
Yes, you will
knowledge.
get the links for all the sessions. So every for this, you can remember that first three sessions are free, and these are all three demo sessions, guys. Okay, all the regular topics only, but the three demo sessions free for everyone. Once the demos are completed, our admins or me will contact you for the registration purpose, enrolling the course. Once you enroll the course, that's where the links gets changed from the Monday. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you guys can join the same link for next to 2 days also. Okay. Yes. Okay, guys. I hope this is clear. Any questions, anyone? Yes, we are covering Python. Yes. Yes. Okay, guys. Any other questions?
Is there any project we are conducting like after the completion of the course?
There's a assignments every time, guys. We don't want it to let you know, but everything, whenever I'm telling you something, there's an assignment. If there's a data proc, it's an pipeline. So that end-to-end pipeline project assignment is given it to you. You have to solve it. Okay. I think
Okay.
I might have shown you, but I'll show you one more time when we are covering the sessions. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. Okay. Okay, guys. I hope it is clear for most of the people, and we will wind up the session. And please do join that session tomorrow with the same link, guys. Thank you all. Have a great day. Bye bye. We will meet tomorrow. Thank you,
Thank.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.